Katy Perry says that she will collaborate with Taylor Swift on one condition. So this happened yesterday on Twitter. Someone tweeted at Katy Perry saying, "Will you collab with Taylor Swift?" And Katy responded, "If she says sorry, sure." So just to give you a little bit of context, Brex, I know it's been a while since this beef went down. Back in 2014, Taylor Swift went on record with Rolling Stone saying that the song Bad Blood was about a fellow female pop star. I was going to say a female porn star. That's not what she said.
But I'd watch them. I'd watch those two all day.
She said it to Rolling Stone in 2014 that this was about a fellow pop star that was trying to sabotage an entire arena tour. She said she tried to hire a bunch of people out from under me. Now, Katy Perry...
I'd watch that too.
Katy Perry responded to this on Twitter saying, "Watch out for the Regina George in sheep's clothing." And then most recently, this whole sort of feud, because it was still a little bit misty, people couldn't figure out exactly what was going on. It was confirmed by Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriend Calvin Harris when he went to Twitter and said, "I know you're off tour and you need someone new to try and bury like Katy Perry, etc. But I'm not that guy. Sorry, I won't allow it." And then Katy responded by retweeting an old tweet of hers saying, "Time, the ultimate truth teller." So now it seems that this has all totally come to the surface. We absolutely know that this song was about Katy Perry and that there is definitely some bad blood there. But it looks like Katy is willing to squash the beef with a simple apology. What do you think, Brett?
Does it count if Katy goes, "I'm sorry," or if Taylor says, "I'm sorry, you're such a bitch"? She just said, "I just need to hear the word sorry."
That's true.
Sorry,
if
you
she says
whore.
sorry.
Yeah, I'd like to watch a collaboration. I'm sure the only motivation behind the collab would be like money.
I was thinking about that too. Imagine how much money would be in it if they collaborate together. Imagine how many views that video would get. All you would have to do just like a 2-second teaser of just like Katy, Taylor, go. And
Mad Love. They just call it the Mad Love.
Mad Love.
Because it used to be Mad Love, the Mad
now
Love
it's
reunion.
Bad Blood. The Mad Love tour. God, we're writing it. Come bring us on, guys. Come on.
It. I think that would be fun. I think if what's past is if history kind of repeats itself, then we'll see Taylor Swift masterfully handle this kind of bad blood as long as it is beneficial to her, and then as soon as she can musically use it to her advantage from a marketing standpoint and a ticket sales standpoint, i.e. the Mad Love tour, trademarked here, then that will happen.
Yeah.
I seem to think, and I may be wrong, that Katy Perry is more the person that I identify with, who if she's pissed, she just stays pissed, no matter if it benefits her or not. Like, she has more of that, like, I say what's on my mind.
Yeah.
She's been more politically active. She's been more vocal about her feelings.
A little bit more transparent.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I feel like we know Katy Perry a little bit more than we know Taylor Swift, even though, you know, Taylor Swift is so personal in her songs, it does seem a little bit contrived and calculated sometimes. And what I like about this whole situation is that when asked about this, Katy's been really forthcoming. And she said in an interview with Billboard in 2015, "If somebody is trying to defame my character, you're going to hear about it." Kind of going off of what you just said. She was mad and she was hurt by this whole situation and wanted to let people know in still what I would qualify as a pretty classy way. No one was, you know, really throwing... I don't know. Do you think anyone was throwing anyone under the bus here? Because it seems like it was still on Twitter. It was still a little bit vague. No one was outright being like, you know, like how Kim Kardashian on Snapchat 100% threw Taylor under the bus. And not saying that Taylor did not deserve that, but that was really overt. And it seems like with Katy and Taylor, they've kept their beef a little bit more private.
Katy's been pretty good at kind of, when there's an opportunity to come out and do something, just like do the double backflip and land it and then just walk off stage with this. Like, when, I think it wasn't Katy Perry who tweeted about, you know, when Nicki Minaj or someone was saying something negative about Taylor Swift, and Taylor was like, "Why are you bringing all of our dirty laundry out in front of everyone?" Katy was like,
"It's not like you to tear other women down." That thing.
Katy was like, "Your whole song Bad Blood's about tearing me down on a public forum. Like, why do you have the double standard?" And then she just like leaves.
Yeah, and then she was like, "And goodbye."
Yeah, the fact that Katy is responding to people's tweets, the fact that I've seen her boyfriend's wiener, and I haven't seen Calvin Harris's wiener, though I'm sure it's glorious.
Well, actually, now it would have been
Who has
Tom
a-
Hiddleston, but now that's done too.
I've heard so many conspiracy theories about that come back to the narrative of Katy, of Taylor Swift is the kind of person who her real feelings don't actually enter into it. It's this crazy manufactured storyline for marketing purposes. There was the theory that, Calvin and Taylor were on thin ice already. And when it came to a head was the day that Taylor happened to be hanging out with Tom Hiddleston. And that's when Calvin got really mad. I read this in peoplemagazine.com. And that's when Taylor's people were like, all right, Tom, do you want to be in for this? Do you want to be whoever it was that Taylor was cheating with just so she can move on from Calvin now?
Really?
And that it was a manufactured romance to last as long as it needed to last, so it didn't seem like Taylor was a cheater. It seemed like as soon as it was over, because Calvin was jealous, she started a long-term-ish relationship that, there was an Us Weekly or a People magazine cover that was like, is it gonna be an engagement soon?
Oh,
She's
my
already met his
God.
parents.
I hadn't heard that conspiracy theory
Oh,
before.
you need to have less of a life,
That is pretty
just
deep.
like
But
me.
I think it's safe to say that Taylor will not be able to remove herself from this narrative anytime soon. I think that a lot of people are looking for answers, and in Katy Perry's case, an apology. But we want to hear from you in the comments section below. What do you think about this whole Taylor-Katy beef? Are you Team Taylor, Team Katy? Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Pop Culture.